Lauren, did you look up what no mias means?
¿No más?
No más.
No comprendo español muy poco y no más en inglés es no more.
The hell you doing to me? Just tell me what the two words mean.
No more. I just said I understand a little bit of Spanish and no más means no more in English.
Okay, well, no más that anymore.
No más hablo español.
Yes.
Lo
See,
siento.
that's about it. That's all I'm going to be able to do. Have you been on Rosetta Stone or something?
See, that is for old people. It's not Rosetta Stone. It's Duolingo. Well, I don't know. It's probably for old people too. I did get on that though about 10 years ago when I went to Nicaragua with my friend. Yeah, I was pretty good at Spanish then. Right now, más o menos.
No
All
bueno.
right. Miramos. 90-Day Fiancé. The Other Way. Season 7. Episode 9. Miramos.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Hey, channel surfers, welcome back to Remote Reality. If you're new here, welcome to our channel and make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're pretty new here as well. We've been around since May and we're doing this for fun. And every time we get a like or a subscribe or a comment, it means so much. Right now, I think we're at 85 subscribers on YouTube. I know. It's not that big in the YouTube world, but it's huge in our hearts. My name is Lauren. In our real daily lives, I'm an attorney that loves reality TV, loves true crime, and overanalyzes everything.
And I'm Dee, her paralegal, who also loves reality TV but does not like to be on camera.
But she loves all the channel surfers.
Yes, I do.
She's not even going to act like she doesn't text me at 7 o'clock at night like, ooh, we got a comment.
We got a comment. Yeah.
What should we say? We put our shorts out and we see whose does better. She usually kicks my ass. Editing queen over here. So yeah, we have a lot of fun with this. This is way more fun than living the lawyer life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we somehow managed to tie it in to our shows.
We do. You do.
Always on the mind. Work is always on the mind. And today, what's on the mind is 90-Day The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 9, No Mas. I knew this title, didn't have to look it up. Felt pretty proud of myself because I couldn't figure out what the heck foursome meant last week.
I still am not sure what that one meant.
Forcing me to look it up. To my detriment. Didn't find anything. Manon and Anthony are really just Manon and family. We see Anthony for a half second as he is saving Benjamin from drunk mama and heading off to bed. And Manon looks like she's having a blast. She is having these passion fruit mojitos, which that sounds delicious.
It does.
Okay, it's like 11 o'clock Eastern time right now.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, girl.
Somewhere. That bitch of a waitress.
I know.
To ask Manon if she said version. No. Did I stutter? I said
think
passion fruit.
Yeah, I think she's paying attention to Mama because Mama's saying, "No, Manon, not that's too much."
Well, Manon is a grown woman, and the waitress can just ignore what Mama is saying because this lady ordered a drink. Now, the drama here that they want us all to believe, production is like, oh, please believe that there are so many issues, comes down to Aunt Christine, which it looks like a lot of slice and dice clips, and production's like, oh, every moment we can find where Aunt Christine is not looking towards Manon, looking away, listening to someone else talk, maybe a little deaf, didn't hear Manon sneaking up on her. We're going to play that in the clips where Manon is talking to her to make it look like she just doesn't care. And the reason I say this is because when you see Manon talking directly to Aunt Christine, because she walks over there, she says, I feel like I'm ignoring that half of the table. I need to go talk to my guests. Hi, I'm so glad that you came. I know that we've had differences in the past, like 10 years ago past, when apparently Manon was talking some smack about her family. It happens. She said
Oh,
that
I can
Aunt Christine heard it from someone else, but I'm sure it happens. It's fine.
I am absolutely sure Manon was probably talking shit about her family.
Absolutely. But it's fine. It is fine. And it was 10 years ago. Aunt Christine has come to this baptism for your baby, and she's smiling at her. When you see her
Mhm.
talking directly to her, she's saying, "Oh, yes, leave that in the past. I'm really glad I'm here too." So listen to what she's saying. Any of the coldness you're getting is coming from the edit. It's maybe the part where she says she doesn't like the camembert cheese. I don't know if I said that right. That's supposed to
Mhm.
be a softies. I've had it before, and she said it's hard. So yeah, no. If you're gonna hand me some hard block of Gouda, I'm not gonna like that either.
Yeah, that's 2 strikes against that waitress. Her tip isn't gonna be very well.
Hey, she can't help what the kitchen puts out there, but she definitely can make sure that Minot gets an extra shot of rum in that mojito.
I was gonna say she needs a double in it just for asking.
Now, Aunt Christine, I'm thinking she might have a hard time hearing because Minot is considerably louder.
I'm thinking that's the alcohol.
She's not usually a quiet person, but
She's not yeah.
could be either way.
She's
Leave me up, I get louder.
she's enjoying those mojitos and the wine and everything else we've seen her drink since she's been at this restaurant for the last 2 episodes.
I'm enjoying them too.
Me
By
too.
curiosity. Now we see Marie in an ITM telling production that Minot says whatever comes to her mind without any thought of whether or not will hurt somebody. She just speaks her truth, which is what we call having no filter.
Mm.
And that filter gets looser
With
the more
alcohol.
more alcohol you put in. Felt kind of judgy to me, Marie. Felt a little judgy.
Well, I mean, look, Manon is so vivacious in everything that she does, and her sister's very mousy with her personality. Like, does she have one?
I wonder if this is a younger sister.
Maybe, because I mean, the contrast is significant, and there might be just a little bit of jealousy that, maybe sister would like to have a little more of that vivaciousness to her.
Apparently, sister gets mad at Minot, something about causing trouble with her family too. And Minot's like, "What are you talking about? I'm not causing any trouble." Because I went and talked to Christine after 10 years, who showed up at my kid's baby shower and had a pleasant conversation. What you have been drinking, Marie? Why don't you go up and say, "Hey, what is everything okay? Like, how did that conversation go?" No, she's just going to jump to conclusions. And then Minot's parents are going to sit there and ride the coattails of Marie, completely supporting her. I thought this was some BS.
I thought it was some BS. Bree needs to go have a couple of those mojitos herself. Maybe she'll loosen up a little bit. Just
Maybe
smile
she's
on
had
that
a few already, but Mama and
For her
Daddy need to talk to them both. I don't like how they're blaming this on Minot.
I think that you see it a lot sometimes in families when you have a member who has no filter. I honestly respect people more that don't have filters because I know they're telling me exactly what they think. I'm not worried about those people saying shit behind my back or anything. They're going to tell you to your face. You're going to know exactly what that person thinks all the time. Some people think that's being an asshole. Other people appreciate it. I'm one of those people that appreciates it.
Nobody in my family has a filter. So this is kind of foreign to me. Because first of all, Minot says that this is a toxic trait, I guess, in her family. This is how they're dysfunctional. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
my brother and I, we're both vivacious and loud and have no filter. This is just a weekend at mom's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've had people say, like, you guys are always yelling at each other because we're all really loud in my family.
Yeah.
And
No.
we're all very opinionated. And yeah, it probably does look like we're all just guided. I was like, this is just normal.
I honestly feel like my sister's angelic next to me. Like when people meet us and they start having conversations with us, they're like, you guys are so different. Absolutely, we are.
My brother and I, though, we will get into it and we get over it pretty fast. I
Mhm.
mean, within 30 minutes tops, we're
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, my parents are like, we don't like to see you fight. But my mom, she kind of easily gets dragged into it.
Oh, mom. Mama see.
And then sometimes she just like unravels a lot faster than me and my brother. And we're just sitting like, calm down, mom. It's fine. I didn't know this was dysfunctional. Functional. I just thought that's how
I thought it
families
was
worked.
I thought this was normal.
It's how we show our love. And it's always ever something stupid. Like I could see if I told my brother he's had too much. What do you mean I've had too much?
Mhm.
Totally can see this. And maybe this is where things start getting under Minot's skin is her mom and her sister trying to regulate her drinking in front of the family. That feels like little seeds to me.
Yeah, I didn't s she did absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, yes, she had been drinking. Yes, she was a little bit loud, but she was nice to everybody. She wasn't confrontational with anybody. I don't know why they were trying to make something out of nothing.
Unless we missed something in the edit, maybe things got even wilder. I'd like to see that part, please. Um, but in LA, Minot said she never has a problem, and her dad said, well, maybe the problem's with your family. And then he tells her that like her personality is the problem.
No. No, her personality. It's what we just said. Some people cannot handle unfiltered people. They think some
Some
things
people
are
have
better
class,
left.
and some people are mean.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah,
Same
that's
culture.
a perfect way of putting it. I think some people think that it's classless when you're unfiltered, that you're not taking anybody else's feelings into consideration. You're just, spouting out whatever you're thinking. It comes right out of your mouth kind of mentality. Some people don't like it. So maybe that's what her dad is thinking. I don't know. Like I said, I appreciate people like that. I like them. I
Their
gravitate towards
feelings
them.
are their problem, not mine. And
Mhm.
speaking of feelings, should we hop on over to Chloe and Johnny?
Oh goodness, yes.
Oh, Chloe and Johnny. Again, this season feels like production is really pulling out our legs. I think they're really trying to pull one over on us, which actually one of my friends told me the other day she stopped watching the season because she feels like it's very produced. Just listen to what they're saying versus what you're seeing. First of all, Johnny seems extremely excited to be getting Chloe's mom, Michelle, from the airport.
Yeah, I thought he did.
To the point where Chloe's like, no, I'm more excited because she's my mama.
Was she jealous?
Like, no, I actually can't wait to see her. I know you can't, but I actually can't. She pulled out that actually.
Actually.
As me. And she's like, this is great. My mama's coming to Aruba. I ain't even been here a week, but martinis for days. And then Johnny, maybe he does look a little bit scared here. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to be babysitting these two.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have these two martinis for days. This is going to be the mental space that they're in. Might not hurt. Johnny says he is nervous to bring Chloe's mom to his house. Now, Michelle's never been there because Michelle, she needs the AC, she needs the hot water, and she needs the high thread count sheet.
Yeah. Her ass is staying in them Airbnbs and hotels.
She's staying in the rentals, which I could do without the hot water in a
Mm-mm.
tropical place like that.
Mm-mm.
Really, like we went to Jamaica and they had an outdoor shower, and I'm pretty sure that was just heated by the sun. It was fine.
Mhm.
The high thread count sheets, what is it? Like anything over 700, it really doesn't make a difference.
I don't know because I don't pay attention. I get whatever's the cheapest. As long as I'm not breaking out or itching, that's what I'm sleeping on.
Yeah, I think it's like if you see it higher, it's not really improving the quality. Yeah, so it is 700. I just Googled it. My dad used to manage a home decor store, a few of them. But he's the one that told me that. And it can be misleading because they'll use like multi-ply threads, things that don't really enhance the quality. In fact, it can be a heavier sheet or like a
Mhm.
hotter sheet. So anything over 700, it doesn't matter. So I don't care about that. That's fine. Whatever. That's where I'm sleeping with mama.
Mhm.
I can't imagine. Aruba, it's a tropical place. I mean, the coast of South Carolina, I couldn't go without AC.
No.
Um, that would be the part. I don't even think I'd be able to sleep if it wasn't cool in the room.
I can't sleep if it's not cool. Even in the winter months, I sleep with a fan on.
So I get that part. I didn't realize Johny didn't have AC.
I didn't either. I would think that he did.
A lot of places I've been in the Caribbean, they'll have like, what is that called? It's like a split unit
Mhm.
ACs, which are fine. I mean, it keeps the room cold. There's something keeping it cold. That's great. But okay, so I get that part. When Michelle steps off this airplane, this reminds me of Legally Blonde. She's got these bright pink suitcases.
She looked amazing. I was like, how the hell did she just get off of a plane?
That outfit was very cute too. Very like business casual.
Mhm.
Apparently she smelled amazing. Take note, Greta. Just, you know,
Yeah.
all these ladies are showing you up. But Tia and now Michelle, they're like, we can step off so fresh and so clean.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm one to talk, but anyway. Now, this kind of hit home a little personally with me. Johny is saying he just wants Michelle to think he has a nice house, doesn't want her to say anything negative about it. And Chloe's like, well, she won't. Well, she might. She might say it to your face. He did say that he doesn't feel like Michelle looks down on him, though, which is when I first clocked it and said, storyline. Because he
Gotcha.
says very specifically, I do not feel like she looks down on me, but I'm worried she might say something.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
I put it in all caps. He's worried that she'll say something in Chloe's ear. And then when Chloe says that her mom thinks of Johny as fling material,
Ooh.
but that doesn't really sound like something a mom is going to think.
Well, not only that, listen, as a mom myself, if I thought that my kids were in a fling material relationship, I would not be encouraging them, sending them money, or doing anything for them to live in another country with their fling material.
Well, is that why she's getting cut off?
Probably, but you're right. Fling material is not
She might
something
think this
that a mom's
isn't
gonna say.
the person I imagine my daughter settling down with, but fling, that sounds
Yeah.
like Chloe projecting.
Yeah. I think I might say, I don't see you with this person forever, or something like that. Fling material, not even in my vocabulary, honestly. Not even because a fling to me is not a serious relationship at all.
No,
Not
it's a
like no,
hookup.
yeah, no seriousness. So
Right.
as a mom, it's not a word I would be using with someone who's
It
my
might be
kid.
something that her friends say, or maybe it's an insecurity that she has,
Mm-hmm.
given how she seems to perceive Johnny's relationship with everybody else.
True.
According to her,
True.
this man is just like humping everybody's leg that walks.
She has a lot of projection issues, maybe.
But that seemed very strange to me, playing
Mhm.
material. Now, how bad that Michelle has nobody beside her in first class on the way to Aruba?
What about it?
How about that? That's pretty
Well, that'd be
pretty
nice.
wild. They're like, that's unheard of. Yeah, this is an overseas flight. And usually if those first class seats are available, you
Mhm.
can upgrade your ticket like the night before or at the
Mhm.
last moment for a very low price. When my neighbors and I and my husband, our families, we went to where'd we go? Antigua back in 2023. Anyway, on the way back, my friend was like, "Oh, look, there's some first class seats available. Let's upgrade." Like $50 to
Mhm.
upgrade the seat.
Nice.
So, and overseas, like I can't believe somebody didn't snatch that upgrade. And sometimes they'll offer it to people on the plane. So yeah, that's almost unheard of that she had that extra space.
Lucky.
Now they're driving in the car and there's this pop sound.
Mhm.
To me, that sounded like Johny hit something.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a gunshot. That was what Chloe said, right? Was that a gunshot?
Either Chloe or Michelle said that, and I was like,
Yeah. Her mom
it sounds
said
like
my
you said a
luggage is
dog or something, but no, I'm
no.
just kidding. Not a dog. It's just bad joke. Sorry, this is my trauma from when I went to Nicaragua with my anyway, it sounded like maybe he hit a tree stump.
Something, but
And
I thought it was funny when her mom asked if the luggage had fallen off of the back of the
well,
truck.
and that's why her mom said that, because they hit something in the road. It wasn't a gunshot. I think this was just their joking.
Mhm.
Gunshots kinda sound like a firework.
Yeah,
We live in a state where, fireworks are legal and
Mhm,
there's open carry, and
mhm.
my old neighborhood, we used to play a game called Gunshot or Firework. Just trying to
Uh,
guess which one it was.
my neighbors weekly have target practice down there in the cul-de-sac. It scares the
Which is
crap out
it?
of the dogs.
Oh my
If they're
gosh.
in the yard, they come running.
If anything, I would have thought it was a car backfiring,
Mhm.
but I didn't even hear that. They hit something. That's why she was worried about her luggage. She wouldn't be worried about her luggage if it was a gunshot, firework, or a car backfiring. They hit something in the road. Now, I think Johnny has a really cute house,
Yeah.
but okay, when they show the kitchen and they
Mm.
show that piece of fly paper with the flies on it, I was sitting there
Gosh.
thinking, this cannot be the kitchen. No, this has got to be like outside on the terrace, maybe on the floor somewhere. This doesn't look like the same tile. So of course, overthinking everything, did a deep dive into it. No, Dee, this was his kitchen. That pot that is sitting right beside the slide trap, you see it sitting by the sink. And if you look at those counters, why didn't you just throw away the fly paper and wipe it down? You've got fresh cut
You
flowers.
know mom is coming. You
Just
know?
wipe the counter down. What the
Oh,
heck?
her face. Like, her face when she's going through this house is just priceless.
How did not one of two of them think to wipe the counter down and throw away the fly paper?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's fresh cut roses on the table. And oh,
Ah, to be young again.
that was he's 32. That was gross.
Well, she
Even
could
for
have done
my
it.
standards.
If my mom was coming, I would have been going around that house looking at everything the way that she would have looked at it and taking care of it before she saw it.
Unless you were hoping mommy was gonna come and bankroll a place with AC,
Ah, gotcha.
which
Some
isn't quite what
manipulation
happened.
going on. Some manipulation
Maybe.
going. Yeah.
Maybe perhaps that's what happened.
I think that's
I don't
exactly
know.
what happened. I think you nailed it right there.
We solved the case this time, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I mean, the kitchen isn't a bad kitchen. He's got a
Mm-mm.
gas stove. The appliances look newer. Even the
I
microwave.
know when they were talking about the oven, because
Let's
I'm
talk about the
taking
oven.
I'm taking notes and I'm looking at the show. So when I glance up and they're talking about the oven, I see the toaster oven, and I'm like, "That's not an oven. That's a toaster oven." And then I see the actual oven, and I'm like, "Oh gosh, D,
The oven was on the bottom. So this is like a dual oven.
should have
Um,
been."
should have been. Actually, mine is like that, but the bottom is an oven and the top is a microwave.
Yeah. When I was growing up, my mom had a double oven, and it was literally 2 ovens, one on top of the other. It came in handy, baking cookies,
Mhm.
pies, holiday, everybody would always come to our house to do holidays because we had the 2 ovens.
And at first I wondered if they had taken the microwave out and put it looked almost like an air fryer in the top. They just set it right there in the cutout part. But then I noticed that the microwave was mounted above the stove. So I guess it was a double oven and maybe the top one broke and it just got like an air fryer conventional.
Yeah,
Plugged
it
it
looked
in right there in the spot.
yeah.
But
It
those
he
are good. We have an air fryer like that too, and you can make so much stuff in that where I don't have to heat up my entire oven, although ours
Yeah.
isn't just, like, sitting in a hole where the microwave should be.
Yeah, I had the one that was what I call the toaster oven. That's what it looked like to me, but I know that there are the air fryers that look that way too,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
It fits
use
like
that
a whole
sucker for
pizza in there.
everything, like grilled cheese, pizza rolls. I mean,
Toaster.
you name it.
I
I
can put
put
an
all
entire pizza in mine.
Mhm.
Oh, well, like a frozen pizza, but, they just need to wipe down those dang counters. Now, this whole closet thing, what are your thoughts?
I thought
Give me a simple solution. Simple solutions from D. Tell them what they
Well,
need to hear.
I would just get another hutch like he had because it's not a closet, it's like a wardrobe, so to speak.
Mhm.
So, okay, get her another wardrobe, but he's talking about building a closet and them sharing the closet, and they're like, "No, no, no, no. You can't share a closet with a woman." And I'm just thinking, you're completely missing the point. You're this guy is willing to build a closet, anything to accommodate her because she's still got supposedly what, 2 suitcases that haven't been unpacked, and mom says, "Oh, yeah, and there's a lot more coming."
About this. Go through your clothes, tell your mom to take the stuff to Goodwill that you're getting rid of and pare it down. Make
Oh,
it
well.
fit in a wardrobe.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I thought that was gonna be an option for her, obviously, I would have mentioned that, but that's not gonna be an option for her. She's not getting rid of anything.
Sometimes the option is what you need to do.
Well, yeah,
How
but
much does it cost to add on to a room? How much does it cost to buy another wardrobe? And
yeah.
those costs are being used to save used clothing, which maybe go and sell it. You might get a couple of $100 off of it. Um, yeah, go sell it on Poshmark or something and get some money and use that toward your car. I mean, you
No,
don't
in
need
Aruba, the money's
so
gonna
many
go.
clothes that they need their own room. If we're talking about need versus want, we're talking about living that simple life. Just simplify. That's less
Yeah.
crap you have to keep up with.
I don't think that's anywhere in her vocabulary.
Well,
Nowhere.
mama's cutting her off, so I think she's gonna have
Yeah.
to learn a new
Well, I mean,
language.
mom
Time to
did
get out that Rosetta Stone.
mom didn't even suggest selling some of her stuff or not sending her some of the stuff.
And Michelle just seems over dramatic, like maybe she's overacting. I can imagine
Mhm.
producers saying, "This is the angle we're going for. You're
Mhm.
cutting her off. She has to live on her own now. Like, play it up." And Michelle's playing it up. And Chloe is like, "Ugh, this is dramatic." And it is. It is dramatic because the first thing Michelle says is, "Well, I brought you all this stuff. I'm not bringing it back." Nobody asked you to bring it back.
True. I think
Smile at the cameras when you say that.
I see what you're saying, and you're probably right. I'm just thinking as a mom, again, I'm like, I'm gonna make her think and look at every single thing that I see wrong, and you know what I mean?
Well,
And just make
Chloe
it
doesn't
worse.
seem deterred by it. They go to the bathroom and she's like, Michelle's like, "Oh my God, you have no hot water. It has to be 89 degrees. This is barbaric." Drama. Barbaric.
Barbaric.
Nice sarcasm. Like, do you think she has something that measures exactly the temp of her water?
I was
Do they
wondering if she
even
has a
make that?
thermostat on her maybe she's got one of them fancy pantsy, showers that's got all the AI stuff. I mean, I've seen them in movies, where it can set a certain temperature and it can do
Hmm.
all this other fancy stuff.
I don't know anything about that.
Shower, set the temperature to 89 degrees.
Barbaric not to have it. I mean, I have a bidet that isn't heated. You want to talk about barbaric? And the water don't get warm through there. You use that bidet in the winter. Ooh,
I
that's a
don't have a
cold shot to the
bidet.
butt.
I don't have a bidet. You wanna talk about barbaric?
Oh no, it might be a little bit less barbaric than a cold shot of water to the hiney. Um, and then oh God, no, she's using bar soap. You know
Oh,
what?
no, no, not Chloe. Chloe's not using bar soap.
Like I shampoo and think that the shampoo running down my body counts as washing. So
I can see you using the bar for everything, hair,
oh no,
face.
you just use shampoo. Let it drip down. That counts. That's washing. I kid. I do have some Bath and Body Works soap that I'll pull out occasionally. They just had like the some of the classics, so I was able to get some country apple, cucumber
Mm.
melon, and plumeria.
I
Mm.
always go for the beachy ones, the tropical smells, all of those. I just love the way they smell.
They have one that's called Beach, or they used to,
You
probably like
gave
10
it to
years
me.
ago.
You gave it to me. I still have some of the lotion.
I love
Not
Bath and
not
Body
the
Works
body wash.
sales.
I do too. Man, I love the smells of everything in
Because when I
there.
got mine, it was $5 for the soap, $5 each.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So back to Chloe and her mom. Again, she's going to have to learn to live within her means. And Johnny knows this. On the way to the car dealership, Johnny's saying, "You get an electric bike."
Mhm. It's an
And
island. What do you need
and
a
she's
car
like,
for?
"No, like I need a car. It's not small enough for an electric bike." You can get like a little thing to put on the back of your electric bike to carry groceries. I have an electric bike with a um, little attachment that
Yeah,
you
I mean,
can
she
wheel.
what about, like, a Vespa or moped or something?
Right. What about waking up early, taking Johnny to work, and then picking him up after work?
Mhm.
Although I don't know that Johnny wants her that close to his work every day.
Yeah.
Um, there are options. Now, the mom, well, you have a car at home. Okay,
Mhm.
sell it.
Ship it.
Well, that could
It's
be,
all
I don't know how expensive that would
I don't
be.
know, but I'm thinking it might be cheaper than the cars that are there.
Well, you'd also have to pay taxes. I wonder
Mm.
what kind of
Hmm.
taxes you'd have. Just sell it. What if you're living, if you really truly are moving there, sell your car in the US that is depreciating on you. It's a losing value day by day, and buy a car that's going to get you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Why isn't that mentioned at all? Why are they holding on to a car that is depreciating in the US?
I mean, they honestly, they just act like they're so out of touch with, like, normal reality for most people. It just the conversation is just killing me.
Now, Johnny is I get a $2,000 to $3,000 car, but he's
Mhm.
not talking about at the dealership. He's talking about on Facebook. And I did look; they do not have Carfax in Aruba. I don't know if they have anything
Mhm.
similar because I'm thinking, okay, great. You have to like pull the report, make sure it has a clean title, it's not salvaged, get an older car, lower mileage, something that doesn't need a lot of repairs.
I just I just thought how appalled they were to think the thought of buying a car off of the internet. They just
Again, if they don't have a way to double check the car accident history and the title, I could see that because think of a soda can. Once you crumple it up, you can't pull it back out and it be
Right,
as strong as it
but
used to
they're
be.
not
That's the same as what you might get with a salvage
right,
title.
but they're not talking about just in Aruba. They're talking about anyway, that anywhere. They would never buy a car off of the
Oh, well,
computer, she
screw
said.
that.
And I was just like,
D, we did it for D.
I did it.
You got a perfect car.
Yep.
Bryn, so they're dropped off at the dealership. They go into the pre-owned section. They meet Johnny. Everybody's name is Johnny. It's great. And
Mhm.
you know what I did, right?
Was
That
you
first
looking up?
car, 14,300.
Mhm.
I knew it was a Ford. It's Ford Fiesta. Figured out what kind of car it is. And US, a 2019 Ford Fiesta, between 13 to 16,000, depending on features. Like if it's an SE, it's going to be a little higher. So not that much different. Also, this was probably filmed a year ago, and the value of
Mhm.
that car would have been a little bit higher a year ago. So prices aren't that different.
Yeah, the dealership, the guy there was trying to tell him it was like 3 times more than what they are in the
No,
United
that's what
States.
Chloe tried telling us.
Oh,
She says, "This
I
is
thought
like 3
he said it.
times the amount of what you would spend for a car that's reliable in the US." I'm like, "Okay, that exact same car in the US is the same
Okay,
price."
I thought he said it, not
Mm-mm.
her.
No,
Well, she was
she
looking
said
at
it.
the Mercedes too, so she wasn't looking at any of the other
Which
ones.
has such expensive repairs.
Repairs that her mom pointed out, it's gonna be hard to fix this car here.
It's like when our buddy bought that old Porsche. Great
Mhm.
deal on it, but the repairs aren't cheap.
Mm-mm.
So Chloe gives up. Doesn't even think about selling her car at home. She's just, I quit. Now,
Mm-mm.
maybe she has a loan on the car and it's upside down. Dum, 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 dum. I mean,
Right.
especially if she's making, and this part too, she's making 6 figures a year. She's talking about how expensive $600 a month is to rent a car. Really? Really? Think about the car payments that we see when people are
Mhm.
financing a car.
That's what I was thinking when I heard them say it.
The low end. Let's just go on the low end. What do you think? Like, if you see a car payment, you're talking to somebody, what would you say the low end is?
The low end would be like $400 to $500.
I was going to say 2 to 300. Like, that would be
I
if
think that's
somebody
what it
comes into
should
us
be.
with a 200 to 300 payment, I'm like, dang, what a steal.
Yeah, but we don't see that very often.
We don't see it often, but when we see it, that's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
I'm like, dang, what a steal.
Yeah, I was
So
thinking more
they got a
average.
$200 to $300 car payment, but then they have insurance.
Mhm.
Add another 100 a month to that. There's your 400. And then they have maintenance on it. And just start adding all that stuff up. If you're renting, you're not the one doing the oil changes. You're not the one who has to fix things if they get broken. You're not paying like car insurance on it. If there's property
Mhm.
taxes, you're not paying property taxes.
Yeah. True.
So I don't know. Um, it, for someone that's making 6 figures a year to think $600 is a huge amount, or that was making that amount, why didn't she have anything saved up? It's just none of it makes sense. She had no expenses in the US. Why is none of this money?
Yeah, the math's not mathing.
The math's not mathing. And Chloe goes, well, I guess I'll just rent. I don't know. And this part again feels so made up. Michelle's like, oh, you don't know. You need to make a decision or go home. Chill out. She has been there for what, 4 days? And you show
Yeah.
up immediately and start telling her that she needs to have it all figured out. Let your adult child figure this out.
Well, I think it was leading up to the conversation in the direction that it ended up going. I mean, mom
Yeah,
has
she's
banked
cutting her
about
off.
yeah, mom is cutting her off. I mean, she's banked about $20,000 or more in trips down here for her.
In what amount of time? How long has
Yeah.
Chloe been with Johny? Over
I
a
don't
year?
know. I don't know, but the thing that stuck out to me is I am pretty sure if I heard the conversation right, that mom has literally flown her back home to get her freaking hair done. And she was like, Chloe was like, I paid for that hairstyle or whatever. And her mom says, but I'm the one that paid to fly you.
Well, here's the thing. But Chloe is also saying, I paid for these trips. And then her mom's saying, well, I paid for your rent, which is Chloe paying for rent here in Aruba? This seems like an expense Johny already has.
But it was a cross conversation between home expenses and expenses as she's been going down there. I thought it was like a collective
But she was
conversation about the
working
money she's
and
been given
making
her,
that money when she was at home. And
supposedly.
then she's like, okay, I can prove to you that I paid for rent. And she pulls up money that she gave her for Christmas. So again, I think mom is like, oh, I'm going to go all out here. And Chloe's like, don't make me look like an idiot. I know production wants you to do that, but mom.
I don't
And
know.
then when she was like, what did you get me for Christmas? That's not how gifts work. You don't get them because you expect something back. And this is your child. But should she cut her off?
Absolutely.
Should she
Absolutely.
be sitting there jumping on her ass that she hadn't figured everything out yet and worried that she's going to get sick of this life? No, let her live. Let her figure it out.
Yeah, I just think that mom's just trying to point things out that she doesn't think Chloe's considering, and that's probably the truth. There's probably a
you
lot
can-
of things that she's not thinking about.
You can tell somebody something all day until you're blue in the face, but
No
sometimes they
shit.
just have to go through it.
Yep, no shit.
Anything else to say about these?
No,
These
I think we
ones?
covered everything with Chloe and Johny.
And now we're at my favorite, Madeline. I'm so
Yeah.
excited that they're back this week, and I'm so excited she is not putting up with any of this BS that Luke is trying to feed her.
No.
No mas. She's done.
Yeah. I'm sure that's where the title came from.
Could be
Mhm.
no mas money,
Well, she's just no more everything.
no mas alcohol. There's a lot of saying no in this episode, but Madeline, this episode made me think of a whole other level of vulnerability that she has with Luke and a whole other power imbalance. So we've seen the age power imbalance, which it's not always a power imbalance. Do the math. She was maybe 17, 18
Mhm.
when they met. He's 32. She is a young adult. So I mean that can be a power imbalance. And here I started thinking about the fact that her business, Made Beauty, how she makes her living, that is a business that she owns with Luke.
Mhm.
So he said if things didn't work out between them, they would still have their business. But they go to talk about this And it just feels like another way to try to lure her back in.
Yeah, he was combining the relationship and the business talk for sure.
It's just another power play. What this is how she makes a living. Now, Madeline has some power in this because it sounds like she is the brains of these operations. We already know that Maid Beauty is the only profitable business that Luke has.
Mhm.
And she tells us in this episode that the hotel, that was her idea. She's the one that has made the business connection. She is the one that has negotiated contracts to get this business started. She
Mhm.
is the one doing the work here.
Mhm.
And Luke even acknowledges, yeah, you're a vital part of this business. So they go to the park to talk about, how they're going to move forward. Luke, you said that if things didn't work out, we're going to stay in business together. How does this look? And he keeps pulling it back to, I'm so sad. I want you. I made a huge mistake. Like, I finally realized this time when you dumped me, I finally realized that I'm an idiot. Yeah, didn't realize it when she wasn't speaking to him and he was on his way to fly out there to marry her. And she was like basically done with him at that point. He was like, I probably still have an in. But now he's like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. It feels like she's really giving up this time. It's just so unhealthy. Probably the edit. Go ahead, Dee.
I really did not have a whole lot to say about the business talk. She's trying to get him to put her on the property or sign it over. He's not having it. He's not
What?
going to do it.
What is he giving up? He's like, I'm giving up everything. Yes, he is leaving the US. He is going to Colombia to be with
Well, he
Madeline.
said he left a good job. I don't know. When he was talking with his dad in the car, he was saying that he had left a good job. He was giving up everything to go down there with her, and he didn't even know if she was going to talk to him because that's when she had him blocked at the time.
He had a ton of debt.
Right. I know. I'm just saying that's what he was saying in the car to his dad. Honestly, if I was her, I'd just walk the hell away.
Well, that's what she's trying to do, but
He's not going to let
this
her
is
with
her
the business stuff.
business, though. And that's
Yeah.
where, again, this power imbalance. This is
Yeah.
why companies will have policies about dating your bosses.
Mhm. I wonder if they're
Coldplay Kiss
on
Camp.
like I wonder if the business that she has, the one that she's running, if they're partners on the building or partners on the LLC, because she kept mentioning property, and I wasn't sure if she was talking about that business because I didn't think they had purchased anything yet for the hotel stuff.
To me, I wonder if he is financially backing it.
Mhm.
Like he made an initial investment,
Yeah.
and maybe because they were dating, I don't know if they did that like a capital loan to the business. I don't know how it was set
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I wouldn't think it would be very hard for her to separate herself from that business and him,
We just don't know enough about it,
right? To really make to really know. I mean,
right?
I assume from watching it that it's kind of like cosmetology and stuff like that. And she's the product when it comes to something like that. So even if she started somewhere else with a new name and everything, more than likely the clientele would follow her, not the name of the business.
Mhm.
So I would think it would be kind of easy to get to separate herself business wise from
And
him
I don't
there.
know exactly how it would work, but your clientele, it's an asset of the business. It's called
Right.
goodwill.
Right.
So
So there might be a no compete clause in a contract, but if she's part of the
and
owner, they may not have thought to do something like that.
I
It may
don't
not even.
know how the law works. I'm only licensed in South Carolina, so not legal advice, but also we just don't know how the finances of this
Mhm.
are working.
Was he the owner of the business and she was getting a percentage because she was
Well,
working in it?
they
I don't
both could
know.
be an owner because you can have people that go in and then you have the
Right.
financial partner and you have the partner that's building sweat equity. She's the one that's building sweat equity in these businesses.
Right.
no doubt to me that if she walked away from these businesses, he would be high and dry. He wouldn't know what the heck to do because she's
Well,
the one
yeah.
running the businesses. She's got the sweat equity in. He's sitting there waiting for the profits to roll in, and she's doing the
Mhm.
work.
Right.
So, but let's say he pulls out and goes home. Well, there goes her way that she was supporting herself. I don't know. It feels like another power imbalance where she's sitting here. She's like, I'm not going to hug you. We're here to discuss business.
Mhm.
Also, I think they've had this conversation before because
Mhm.
when Luke is talking, it did seem very rehearsed.
Well, I mean, he could have been practicing because he knew she was gonna be upset and hard to deal with, but it's definitely a manipulation trying to keep her connected romantically, and she's only wanting to talk about the business.
He's just like, just get through your lines, Luke. Just don't listen to what she's saying. Keep
Mhm.
talking. Just say it,
Right.
spit it out. So at the end of this conversation, Luke is lost. He doesn't know what to do. Like, go
Mhm.
on and move on about your business. The reason he's lost is because he's trying to figure out how to finagle this business into them being together. He's crying. He's saying, I don't just want to do business with you. I want to do life with you.
And he's literally crying.
Literally crying. And she's
Yeah.
literally standing there rolling her eyes, which I cannot get enough of Madeline. I just love it.
Yeah, but she did kinda give in a little bit and was like, we're not she's willing to work on it, but they're not, like, not gonna have sex. She just needs some time.
Well,
Um,
she says I'm
she gave him
single.
a little
Like,
bit of hope.
well, she says, let your actions prove how you feel about me. So smart. She's like, you can sit there and tell me this stuff all day, but I want to
Mhm.
see your actions do it. So we're not going to have this romantic relationship. We're going to take a fresh page and you're going to show me that you can respect me and we can have a
Mhm.
good relationship, which I thought that was smart. But she's so funny. She's like, he thinks he can say sorry and everything's okay. Why are men so fucking stupid? Why are men so fucking
They're
stupid?
not
I
all
love that
fucking
part.
stupid, just your man is fucking stupid.
I'm gonna say that every time some guy messes up on one of these shows. Why are men so fucking stupid? You're right. Not all of them, for sure. And that's a youth thing. Because the guys that are her age, 20 years old, a lot of people are stupid at 20. I know you aren't. You're brilliant, but I was dumb at 20. I'll jump in
Oh,
that
I
that
was
category.
I was extremely naive at 20.
I'm just worried that a lot of people are going to give her hell for wanting her name on some of these business assets. What is your take on that?
Well, I already said if it was me, I would just wanna take a clean break and just take my losses and just get the hell away from him so he wasn't in my life, business or romantic, but depending on I mean, I think she has every right if she's a partnership and she's making a lot of money to want some kind of an agreement that secures her financial contributions to the businesses and her income.
Well, and it's not financial contributions. She is contributing sweat equity. She is contributing labor. He's not entitled to have her
Right.
working for free.
Well, she might be reinvesting some of that money that she's making into the business is what I was thinking. I'm sure she
What
probably
money? They're
is.
not making money yet off the hotel.
Well, I'm thinking the cosmetology stuff,
That's
the
that well,
beauty
but
one.
that's not what we're talking about. She's talking about getting her name on some of these properties that this was her idea. She's the one negotiating. She's the one coming up with the business plan. She's the one with the business contacts. That's where they're talking about putting her name on it.
I
And
see what you're saying. Yeah,
why
no.
is it that he just puts money in it and sits there and lets her do all the work, but she doesn't have anything protecting her what we call sweat equity? Sweat equity is the business owner that is putting forth
Right.
the work to get the business off the ground.
I think a lot of people I don't think people are gonna be that hard on her. I think they can see that she makes sense. I mean, I'm not a fan of hers. I do think she acts very bratty, but even I can see that she deserves, an ownership in this business if that's what she wants to do moving forward. I just can't figure out if they've actually already purchased property or not. I'm thinking if she's not purchased the property or if they haven't purchased the property, cut your losses and walk. That's what I'm saying. But
We
if they've
also don't
already
know
gotten
how
it,
much she's put into this, and
right,
taking time out of her day to work on this business means less time that she's
right. Well,
working at her hair salon, and it means a loss of income for her.
maybe she could get him to buy her out then. Whatever she feels like she's put into it. Look,
Yeah.
if you're not going to put my name on the property, I really don't want to be in business with you anyway. Maybe she can work out something with him where, she gets some kind of money back or something.
That's the problem, Dee. If she disappears out of the project, she's the one doing all the work to get the business off the
Well,
ground.
true.
She's left
That's
with
true.
nothing.
I wouldn't want to work with him if I was her in her position. If she,
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't have taken the risk with him anyway. I wouldn't
I
have
mean,
I wouldn't have
there
mixed.
are spouses that work together, and God bless them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And what happens if something happens to one of you and then
Mm-hmm.
the other one of you is running the business by yourself? I've seen it happen. Or the business just goes under. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough. It like really,
It's tough
really,
without any romantic issues like they have.
it's, I don't know. To me, Rob is space away from work. And I mean, you've seen me dating somebody that I worked with, another attorney
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not great. It's not
that
great.
didn't always go great. I just remember sitting
No,
there
no.
watching, being like, I'm glad I'm not on the end of that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not either anymore. Anyway, I love this next part. Madeline is driving in the car and she flips her glasses and looks at him. And I'm just like, I love this bitch. She just looks at the man like he's stupid, pulls her glasses up,
Mhm.
looks at him like, do you have two heads?
Well, he said
And
something that she thought was stupid, so she just kinda, like, slides them glasses down and looks at him like, "Seriously?"
well, he's saying there, thank you for taking me to the market. I
Yeah.
thought this would help us move on. And she goes, I don't think so.
Well, and it was kinda confusing to me because when he says to the market, I'm thinking in my head, like, grocery store, and how in the world does he think going to the grocery store is gonna help the 2 of them?
I don't know. I think a bottle of champagne might have been a little more helpful than what happened.
Yeah, it's
See,
more like a flea market.
when they said market, I was thinking this little piggy went to market. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, she's taking a pig to market, which means taking him to the slaughterhouse.
Mm.
And is she saying he's a pig? Yeah. Is she taking him to slaughter? Probably. Watch out, Luke. um, that glass slip was everything though. It's like, I love this bitch. Luke, God, there's so much eye rolling. He wants to do an I'm sorry spiritual cleanse.
I was like, "What in the witch doctor shit is this?"
Bruja. That's witch in Spanish. Bruja.
Ugh.
And she's like, Luke always have the dumb ideas.
No shit. This is a doozy.
And it's, spoiler alert, it doesn't work for her, at least. She still thinks he's an idiot when they leave. Look, she's Catholic and she grew up Catholic and she doesn't believe in this witchcraft, but whatever. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can keep the man's dick in his pants. So we meet the woman who is performing the ceremony and she lets Madeline translate. Now, like in medicine, you have this informed consent. You want to let the person know what risks they face for doing a certain procedure. Not saying that this is medicine, but just by way of example. You want to make sure that they understand the risks. So the person who's going to be doing this spiritual sexual cleansing of Luke to deal with what Madeline tells her is infidelity and economic problems, like heal his shitty finances. She says, all right, we can do it, but let him know that if he tries to go down a different path, if he doesn't follow this path after we do the cleansing, he can have serious physical ailment.
I was like, "Is something gonna fall off if he doesn't follow it?"
What is it that Madeline tells Luke? You better behave or there will be consequences.
Yeah.
I feel like that translation needs to be a little bit more serious.
Considering that this is witchcraft, absolutely 100%. It needed to be a little more clear.
She's just like, if he doesn't behave, he's just going to have to figure this shit out. And by the end of it,
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about watching it.
the person that has done the ceremony, which we'll explain in a minute, says if he doesn't do his part, he's going to end up in a hole. Fuck. She means like somebody else's hole. I think she means 6 feet under in the ground.
I think she does too. That's more than consequences.
If he goes in a hole, he's going to end up in a hole. And how is he assuming this risk? You better behave or there will be consequences. I'm sorry. We better go ahead and start planning this man's
Funeral.
services. Because we're not only talking about no infidelity, but also getting his
Financial.
finances straight. This is
Yeah,
just
she's writing his
killing him.
eulogy. She's writing his eulogy right now.
She's like, oh yeah, just there will be consequences. And he's probably thinking, oh wait, you're gonna break up with me again and then take me back. And she's like, haha, bitch, you're dead. Oh, Luke. Stupid Luke.
He should have brought his own translator.
And he, for somebody who's going to die if they don't change who they've been for the last 32 years, he seems pretty happy to start this ceremony.
Ignorance is bliss.
The lady is like, shaking stuff around him, tree branches, and he's shaking and dancing. She's like, yeah, dance those demons out. Boy, you better be dancing those demons out.
Yeah, she's wrapping string around them.
You aren't playing. She looks like she's about to crochet them into a scarf. She's got some red and white string that look like a candy cane. Might as well just tie that thing into a noose and end his pain and suffering at this point, because
Yeah,
the physical ailments do not sound like just help him now. And have you ever heard about somebody say if you go into a church you're just going to burn right there in the pew? Like you just light on fire if you went to a church. Anyway, this is what it reminded me of when Luke was like, my eyes are burning. I'm like, uh-oh. He's sitting there having dirty thoughts about this lady doing the thing. He's like looking at her titties and his eyes are he's feeling this physical ailment. It's already hitting him. He's already not being pure. And Luke wonders, is this for both of us? And the nice lady doing the cleanse, she's like, no, you need it more than she does, honey. You need this. And she ties him up in the string and makes him say that he's going to have love and loyalty. And then she's like, all right, well, it's up to him. He's going to be in a hole in the ground if it doesn't work. You know what this didn't cleanse? Madeline's anger. She is pissed as a hornet. She's not falling for this bruja. She can't stop thinking about him touching the stripper, which really, it's that he lied to her.
yeah.
She can't stop thinking, how am I going to trust this person in business and life? It's such a sticky situation. And Luke, stupid Luke, he looks like everything's fine. He feels like the devil is out of him. I hope it is, because if it's not, we might not see him on the show anymore. That might be it for Luke.
Stupid guy. Stupid man.
Stupid Luke. Why are man so fucking stupid? Anything else, Steve?
When you were talking about, I'm going to say witch doctor, I don't know what it would be. When she was bringing this bad spirits out of him, she was taking her hands and like swirling it around his stomach and stuff. And then it looked like she grabbed his penis and just brought it out through his penis.
Oh my gosh. I did not catch that. If Madeline saw that, they would have been both tied up in that string.
Yeah.
Probably to a chair, missing some limbs.
Yeah. You'll have to check it out. But
That's one way to get the evil out of a man.
No shit. That's the reason why I said, is it going to fall off if he, if he's not serious about it? Because she was saying, the serious consequences.
That is a
like,
hard predicament.
Yeah. You said in a hole, and I'm like, ooh, he might want to be in a hole if it falls off.
He'll want to, but he won't be digging it himself. All right, channel servers, thank you for listening to our 90 Day The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 9. Next week, we have Jenny and Submit coming back, Dylan and Patia, and Greta and Matthew. So at least 3 couples next week. I can't believe there were only 3 this week.
Yeah, I wonder why they're breaking it up. I'd rather see a little bit of all of them than just 3 one week and then 3 the next.
Enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed not having to get all these names in my head and try to figure them all out later with my old brain.
Mm.
Well, thank you for listening, Channel Surfers. Make sure you like and subscribe. It just warms our hearts, and we will see you on Sunday or Monday with Sister Wives, Tuesday with 90 Day the Other Way. We're going to drop a little something surprise this week now that we've got the flexibility. I'm really excited about the flexibility in our schedule and just being able to drop some surprises on the
Mhm.
Channel Surfers.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I
do
do a
have
lot
some
of
office
surfing.
you do have some office work to do, though.
Oh my gosh, my boss is about to make me work. All right, Channel
Mm.
Surfers, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Let's ride.